The micro, small and medium enterprises sector is vital to many economies, providing employment and contributing to the GDP. However, women-owned MSMEs in Nigeria face challenges that hinder growth and sustainability, including limited access to finance, markets and technology. Well, on Panorama today, we have a guest who will be an entrepreneur, actually. She'll be telling us how to support women-owned MSMEs and how it can help achieve the UN Sustainable Development Goal, particularly Goal 5 on gender equality and Goal 8 on decent work and economic growth. Thank you for joining us on Panorama. I'm Ruth Aguele. Welcome. The House of Representatives, through its Public Accounts Committee, has recovered 28.7 billion naira from 2 oil companies indebted to the Federation account. House spokesman Akin Rotimi, in a statement, says the committee is currently investigating 45 oil companies collectively owing the federal government $1.7 billion in outstanding liabilities, as contained in the audit report released by the Office of the Auditor General of the Federation for the 2021 financial year. The House notes that Chorus Energy Limited remitted 1.2 billion naira, while Seplat Production Development Limited fully settled its obligation of 27.6 billion naira, all paid in dollars between 10th and 14th March 2025. Meanwhile, the Public Accounts Committee has also recovered 199.3 million naira from 2 Nigerian banks, being on remitted value-added tax on transactions processed via the remitter platform between March and October in 2015, I beg your pardon. The African Development Bank and the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture have reaffirmed their commitment to transforming Africa's agricultural landscape. Now, this is coming after the signing of a €5 million grant agreement in Abuja to support the continuation of Phase 2 of the Technologies for African Agricultural Transformation Program. Let's hear more from Musa Baba Aliyu.
This marked the launch of the second phase of the Technologies for African Agricultural Transformation TAT program, overseen by the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture. Both organizations will provide a grant of €5 million to enhance agricultural technologies, increase food production, and foster economic growth on the continent.
This additional financing of the TAT program that we are signing today is building on Phase 1, which the African Development Bank funded with $40 million, and Phase 2 with $27 million.
TAT Phase 2 aims to accelerate the delivery of improved crop varieties, mechanization, digital advisory services, and sustainable farming practices to smallholder farmers. The TAT program is assisting smallholder farmers in boosting their productivity and income while reducing Africa's dependence on food imports.
Through TAT, we have already witnessed the impact science-driven solutions in enhancing productivity.
Since its inception, the TAT program has made significant strides in promoting the adoption of high-yielding and climate-resilient crop varieties, along with improved agronomic practices benefiting millions of smallholder farmers across Africa. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
All right, we want to discuss MSMEs and sustainability with a spotlight on women. We have a guest in the studio, Mrs. Deborah Apochi. She's an entrepreneur. Thank you for joining us on Panorama.
Thank you for having me.
All right, when we look at the picture for Nigeria, rather painting a picture for Nigeria, entrepreneurs we know contribute a whole lot to the GDP. In the aspect of women, you know, being business owners, having their own establishment and all of that, how tasking is it? You're an entrepreneur, so tell us.
Thank you so much. Starting a business in Nigeria is not really easy. But I mean, you just have to find yourself. You just have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You have so many things that you have to battle with, adapt to some things, pivot, scale, and all that. It's not really easy, but we are doing it.
Okay, so for a young person who wants to start a business, you know, admiring entrepreneurs, seeing successful women like yourself and others who are breaking barriers, what are the challenges they may encounter and what should be put into consideration before delving into such venture?
For young entrepreneurs that want to start, we probably will be looking at maybe the nano businesses and very, very small businesses, maybe graduate coming out of schools and people that just want to start and don't even know how to start. I think most often the question, what you usually hear from them is the issue of financing, like, yeah. How do I get capital to start? And I said, that is not really the major thing that we should be talking about. When you're trying to start a business in a place like Nigeria as a woman, or not woman generally, this is holistically, right? You want to think about your passion and your strength, because I say passion is not enough. So you want to look at your passion and your strength. Then you want to do a little bit of research. When they say research, people tend to shy away from it because it's looking like something that is detached from the ordinary. So something as basic as, I give you an example. There was this mama that we were working with. She was just actually selling akara on the street. And I asked her, because the daughter came to me and she like, I want to go into this export. And I'm like, can you do a little bit of research? Ask your first 10 customers what exactly they want, what are their pain points, so that we can actually know how to tilt this your business. And we were shocked to see that customers are coming and say, oh, this is the only way we eat protein, but we don't actually like the oil, because at times you use your oils for like 4 weeks, 2 weeks. So can you actually make it in powder forms? From as little as that, we started, instead of having her to make it into akara, we started converting the dry beans into powder and put it by the side where mama usually fried akara, and the result was just fabulous. And you see people coming to pick the powdered akara, because with that they can actually store it, they can actually use the kind of healthy oil that they want to use. And before you know, that mama product is everywhere in the stores now. We have her in ShopRite and we have her in Next Cash and Carry Port Harcourt.
You're calling names, you pay for that. All right, and so let's also look at, that's one aspect of understanding the market, which is what a lot of entrepreneurs, before they start a business, they don't understand the market. But there's another aspect. I know you've mentioned the challenge of limited access to finance, but the aspect of building a strong structure and also adopting the use of technology, which is the way to go now.
So that cannot be overemphasized, because I mean, if you must run a business in this current economy, you must have system in place, you must have structure, and one of the very way to go about it is leveraging on digital tools. As a new entrepreneur that is just starting out, you want to look at various free digital tools that you can leverage on. For example, you can actually use some free website, right? Then in terms of keeping track of your finances and actually organizing yourself and making your process efficient, you can look at simple apps, free for that matter, free apps like Waves and Clippers. Right? Clipper. You could actually do some basic things like invoicing, receipt, digitalization of your process, putting your your documents in a digital form. So the issue of structuring and leveraging on digitalization cannot really be overemphasized. Then you want to be seen. You want to come online. I usually tell my students that if you don't come online, like, you will be forgotten. It's like just wearing a makeup and putting yourself in a dark space, and nobody is going to see you. So we have so many tools out there for new entrepreneurs that want to come into this space that they can leverage on. Some of it is Google, for example, is an amazing platform. I see a lot of people putting posters on billboard. Don't get me wrong, it's good. But then in this modern day and time, people go searching for what they actually want, right? You don't just, the media is not just like a bullet effect where you just put it on people and they just take it like that. People go for exactly
what
that,
they want,
which they are looking for. So you see people go online, I say, I want to look for the nearest barbing shop. I want to look for the nearest technology incubation center. So they are deliberately looking for you. So for new businesses, I do encourage you to leverage to like Google My Business. It's free actually. So what it does is it's just map you around where your customers is, and when they are looking for you, be the first person to pop up. You want to look at Google advert, but that may be too expensive for somebody who is just starting out that don't have a big budget for advertising. So but everything that have to do with Google. Then in terms of social media, YouTube is part of Google, and that is one amazing thing that I see a lot of people, they don't use. For example, if you take your phone and you just search Deborah commodity export from Nigeria, the first 2 videos you're definitely going to see is my video. And I have not paid. So if Google remember you, you are made for life. So how do you do this? You can't be too poor not to share your experience. So for example, if you are into the production of, say, whether you are making moi or you are teaching somebody how to use IT, or you are doing adire, you want to come online. You may look at this thing as it's too ordinary, but you want to come on YouTube and teach people how to do this.
Okay.
By so doing, your algorithm is going up and you shoot up as the #1 or #2
All right.
Google search.
That's a businesswoman talking there, because you understand the market and the power of, adopting technology in your business. But very crucial is funding. This is one challenge a lot of entrepreneurs face, especially when they want to expand, or even startups, funding, there's always a gap. But would you say, looking at the situation in Nigeria, there's enough access to funding? Now, I want to hear from an entrepreneur like yourself.
Access to funding is, it can never be enough. Money can never be too much, right?
Yeah.
But then I will agree that we are not where we used to be before.
Okay.
But then there's a lot of work that still needs to be done. Let's not limit women to some certain kind of funding. I find it very, very worrisome that every time that you have to go look for funding, it's like a cap, right? You're always looking at this 5 million, 10 million. How can we not have access to credit lines that are tailored to women? When I say that tailored to women, they will say, nobody is stopping you. Why not go to nursing? Why not go to this? And
even Bank of Industry.
But some of this requirement, come on, women have been historically disadvantaged. Take it or you leave it. In terms of education, so you are telling the woman to put all this countless documents. In terms of even land ownership. So most of this big fund, they tell you to bring this collateral and bring that collateral. So now we are saying women are coming into the space and they don't have all this. Can we have line of credit that are tailored for women, so that even if you need some kind of government backing, if government can stand and say, okay, for people that are doing genuine business, we want to stand on their behalf so that they can access this credit. So oftentimes you go there and sometimes the name is Women Fund, and when you go there, it's just the change of name because it's still the same.
Okay.
Bring this collateral and bring that collateral. So access to funding is still a very, very big issue. But for those that are looking to come into this space newly, you definitely want to look out for grants. There are lots of grants that can be very helpful in this regard.
If I would just chip in, I know that there is an ease to some sort, especially from Bank of Industry and some other government interventions to make, access to this fund more liberal without those collaterals you're talking about and all of that. But information, they say, is power, so I think your people should do that search. But let's take a break. We'll be back.
Thank you.
From the Atlantic across the savannah to the Sahara, we rise, a land of the free, we know they tire. We dream great, our spirit is undying.
Resilient, rooted like palm tree, we sway in colors, we turn dark into light, we make solutions, we ignite passion, yeah. Ethnicity is unique, we have more than destination.
We are Nigeria, strengthening unity, we know they carry lives. We are Nigeria, together live the dream of a land with great destiny. We are Nigeria.
I am the Real Nigerian. Brought to you by the National Orientation Agency, NOA.
Thank you for staying with us. The conversation we had before the break was on MSMEs and sustainability, putting the spotlight on women entrepreneurs. Mrs. Apochi, just before I will let you go, I'd like to hear the kind of advice you want to give young entrepreneurs, not just even young entrepreneurs. There are people who have been in the business and they're still getting it wrong. But you are succeeding. So what did you do right and what they shouldn't do?
One of the strengths of any business is a very good working business plan, right? When I say business plan, I don't mean a copy and paste. I say a lot of people have like a copy and paste. Get a consultant. It's not something you need to get the foundation right. They say if the foundation is faulty, what can even the righteous do? So you need to get the foundation right. Get a very good working business plan because it's like the North Star to where you are going to.
It guides you.
It guides you. And then secondly, have a very strong network. Women, you can't do this alone. You need to get a very, very formidable network. Join network like Smedan for small businesses. If you are into export, join NEPC, join the She-Trade hubs, join every strategic network that you know is going to take you very far. Then, and on the issue of funding, when starting out, you want to look at the various grants that you can actually muzzle at the beginning of your business, right? And usually this grant comes at the beginning of the year. So once you miss the first quarter, which is January, February, March, you really cannot do much. So you see most of the adverts coming in, advert like Brave Women, Flourish, a lot of them. Just go online, search available grant for women. This will really go a long way. Then you also want to tailor your business to make sure that it is solving a particular problem. Look at the United Nations Development Goals, right? So you probably want to take one of the problems, whether be it climate change, be it gender, be it, you want to take one problem and tailor your business along that line so that you can be very attractive for impact investors, angel investors, okay? That is one thing that have helped me a lot. So you have a lot of people come in and say, we believe in what you are doing, we want to invest in your business. So just to recap, you want to tailor your business to fit into the development problem or even problem within your environment. Then you want to have a very solid business plan, and lastly, have a formidable network. Don't operate alone. Look for where your tribes, people speaking your language. Like I said, you can't do away without joining network like SMIDA and NEPC, and there are a whole lot of it. So don't act alone. Look for your network and join them. Thank you.
Okay, and you didn't mention the aspect of women supporting women. It's the Women's Month, so if we want to accelerate growth, what would you tell that woman to support another woman?
So when I say look for your network, I did say...
very briefly.
Yes, I did say look for your tribe. So you want to support... look for your tribe means you want to support a fellow woman, be it you are giving in your voice, giving your resources, training, mentoring. So women should be all as supporting women, because we can't really do this on our own. So form clusters, form community, form network, so that we can all support ourselves.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Deborah Pucci, and well done for the good job you're doing, succeeding in your own endeavor. And we pray and hope that other women will, do same. That's what we want to see, that change, right? Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All right, the First Lady of Nigeria, Oluremi Tinubu, has bagged the 2024 Woman of the Year award. The award was conferred on her by the independent newspapers in Lagos. State House correspondent Adeni Taiwo reports.
The award as the 2024 Woman of the Year is conferred on the First Lady Oluremi Tinubu in recognition of her numerous impact on women and other key segments of the society, not only as the First Lady of Nigeria, but also as a former legislator and wife of a governor. Receiving the award, the First Lady, represented by wife of the Speaker, House of Representatives, Fatima Tajuddin Abbas, noted that the honor would spur her to do more for Nigerians.
The First Lady would like to dedicate this award to every Nigerian woman, youth, and children who contribute to the growth of our beloved nation.
Former Deputy National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Chief Olabode George, made the presentation on behalf of the organizers.
The awardees, may the Almighty God ensure that this award you are taking tonight will add more value, so our nation, Nigeria, will get to that level that the Almighty God has promised us.
Also at the award, Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde got the Man of the Year award, while former APC National Chairman Chief Visa Kunde got the Lifetime Award alongside 27 other achievers. In Lagos, Adeni Taiwo, NTA News.
The recent Global Terrorism Index report ranking Nigeria as the 6th most affected by terrorism will not demoralize the armed forces in the onslaught against bandits. A security vanguard group, Ayudanti's Empowerment Initiative, notes that in light of intensified operations across various theaters of operations, troops have significantly dealt with bandits and other criminal elements across the country, resulting in their apprehension, elimination, and massive surrendering.
Headquarters to declare that the report is not valid. Our troops are making sacrifices and should not be demoralized. We need to support them. Hence, this group, like the DHQ, is advising the public, especially the media, to ignore the reports. The troops under the able leadership of the Chief of Defence Staff, General Chris Musa, must be supported.
Group urged the public to ignore the report and appealed for support for the armed forces in the ongoing renewed drive to secure the country. Beyond the theory, tools and practicals of the engineering profession, comes a time when hard work and dedication gain the deserved recognition. In this report, Ayodeji Makinde tells us how 178 engineers were conferred with the prestigious Fellowship Award of the Nigerian Society of Engineers.
One society 86 branches, 25 divisions, and 75,000 plus members. Additionally gathered here are experts in different fields of engineering with years of experience, brimming with excitement, and all decked in gowns and hats. They were conferred with the prestigious fellowship of the Nigerian Society of Engineers with a renewed call on them to promote Nigerian content in all ramifications. First female president and chairman in council of the Nigeria Society of Engineers, Margaret Oguntala, aligns a charge to the new conferees with the 2025 World Engineering Day, urging them to be torchbearers of progress.
With this recognition, they will be motivated to do even more, and it's not just about contributing to the national development, it's also about mentoring younger ones.
There is a serious gap in our infrastructural development, and the charge to them is for all of them to get involved.
So many engineers are now part of the governance system, and that is inspiring enough for the young ones to come up.
The rank of fellowship remains the highest standard of recognition for these experts who are a unique breed of professionals. They have paid their dues, risen through the ranks, and now there is a huge expectation on them to improve all spheres of the engineering profession from Nigeria to the rest of the world. Ayodeji, Makinde, NTA News.
And that concludes Panorama. Thank you for your time. Do have a lovely day ahead. I'm Ruth Aguilera. Bye.